the checkpoints are everywhere now.
Wow.
When Mazin was there, the checkpoints were taken away because he gave an order. But now, today, as we speak, the checkpoints are everywhere. All they are doing is to make sure they keep destabilizing and reducing the strength of ESN by causing and making sure that they keep revealing the places, the secret places or the camps of these men, so that they can disarm the ESN and their militia will continue. Madam Ifi, you're welcome to the program. You're welcome. Good to have you. Good to have you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes. So you want to lend your voice to me?
Hello, Pastor.
God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you.
Now let's just talk, because it's not going to be in any order. Whatever comes into your mind, you just say what comes into Pastor's mind as you are talking. You can come in and say something, and then you go on. Let's just go on in that order, because we need to, expose all this nonsense that is going on, against our people and the criminality going on.
So today is random talk.
Yes. Yeah, random talk.
Anything that comes to your mind, which you remember to tell us, speak. It's nothing like nothing like questions, explain this or that. Random. I think this one is even better. This is cool.
It's a random approach. So we can expose this at the same time.
So I've been talking. Let me give Ify an opportunity, please. If I want to hear from you. By the way, your hair looks so good.
Thank you so much, Pastor. Thank you.
Yesterday, I didn't want to say anything about it, because yesterday we were actually going very critical with time.
No, you are not married. You don't know the value of being married. Go ahead, my sister. God bless you.
For having me, Kelechi. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
So, thank you, my great Biafrans. I'm here. You all know who I am. There's no point in me introducing myself. I am that irrelevant person that is still relevant. That's still relevant.
Amen. That's right.
Very, very relevant. very relevant in this struggle, because once we are here. Nobody tells us to go back. Nobody pushes us back. Nobody dare that. Nobody says, I am going to do great exposition, and the end of the exposition is become rubbish. The exposition was nonsense exposition. I was thinking that man called himself Biafra Unite is going to do something else different, something that is not trending, something that I don't know what next, because as far as I know, as long as I know that I have not done anything wrong. And for that, I was waiting. Then the exposition came, and it was trash, rubbish, nonsense. But thank God that we are here. We are not relenting. We are not going back. We are moving forward. We are the accountability group, the group that says that what we're doing is what doing well. Is what doing well. That if you are running an organization, you should do a transparency organization. You should run it in a way of that everybody will not be saying, oh, what are you doing? What is going on? What is going on with our money? But they refuse to do the needful. And then Madam Ifi say, I cannot stand this. No, that is not who I am. My father is called Ezoku Bondo. My father is called Ezoku.
How else do you set a standard from a nation? Or when else do you set a standard for a nation, rather than from the point of takeoff? That point, that's the beginning point. Now, if Simon & Co. cannot give account, and if Simon & Co. can be playing these kinds of games, what kind of government or nation are Biafrans expecting such kinds of people to have? That will be worse than Nigeria.
That one is sure then. It's already because they still have Nigerian mentality, you see. So they still believe that our people are still dumb, our people are still daft, our people are still, everything, anything that you can do, we want freedom. So go ahead and dupe us, go ahead and scam us, go ahead, our money, we are giving it to you as long as you say you are going to deliver.
So you
can do whatever you like. But I am not that kind of person.
What we are doing right now is a random talk. Anybody could just interject and just say something that comes to your mind as the discussion goes on. It's a random talk this time around, because we want to point all this craziness and give them basics of this stuff. Biafrans need to know that what is happening is proving how low they reason. Because if Simon & Co. could go with this low-level scam procedure and tactics, and they can be manipulated, then it means that there's a lot of work to be done on Biafrans for such kinds of cheap manipulation to daze them. I don't understand, because if this can, for instance, that building we showed now of Azuka's building burning, and people can still say that armored tank blew that building, and oh my God, people can still believe that, then it means that Biafrans are low, they are shallow in thinking.
Are they not? Don't you hear Mazi called in this Soji? Are you not? Don't you know that the way the Mazi called
okay,
in this Soji?
Let me play what Mazi called. Let me
play what he called them, because they are so daft.
Yes. Let me.
And all of you, 200 million idiots, complete morons. You are there. You looking sheepishly like a bunch of white. In fact, all of you, 200 million idiots, complete morons. You are there. You looking sheepishly like a bunch of white. In fact, hyena is better than all of you. Why do I even? Can you manage my makeup? If I want to interact, that is why I don't go to parties. I don't do anything, because the way we reason is laughable. If I want to interact with true Africans, I go to wildlife safari park. At least if I see a zebra, a chimpanzee, those are our true Africans. We can mingle together. Maybe I can understand them better, because at least if they see danger, they can run. All of you see danger and you keep embracing it. Keep embracing it. Look at Imo State. How many people in Imo State? Over 5 million. Somebody came forth in an election. They pushed him to number 1. Everybody's just like this. Even some bishops want to go and congratulate him. Some people said, hey, don't touch him. Oh. He's our man. Hey, let's move him forward. These are black people. Very backward. Useless. When they kill in America, you say, hey, it's racism. Racism. You are a fool. That's not like racism. They are killing you because of your natural stupidity. By nature, you are stupid as a black person. Do you have running water? Without maybe solar charger and generator, will you be watching me now? Are you not ashamed of yourselves? Are you not ashamed? But UNN has engineering department, electrical engineering, electrical and electricals, all are rubbish. Uniport has it. Uniben has it. Everywhere. Electrical and electrical engineering. Whatever that rubbish means, I don't know. No, electrical and electronics. But there is no light. The reason why they sent you to school to go and study electrical engineering is so that when you come out, there will be no more power shortage in the village. That's the reason why. So, all of you, 200 million idiots, complete morons. You are there. You looking sheepishly like a bunch of white. In fact, hyena is better than all of you. Why do I even? Can you manage my makeup? If I want to interact, that is why I don't go to parties. I don't do anything, because the way we reason is laughable. If I want to interact with true Africans, I go to wildlife safari park. At least if I see a zebra, a chimpanzee, those are our true Africans. We can mingle together. Maybe I can understand them better, because at least if they see danger, they can run. All of you see danger and you keep embracing it. Keep embracing it. Look at Imo State. How many people in Imo State? Over 5 million. Somebody came forth in an election. They pushed him to number 1. Everybody's just like this. Even some bishops want to go and congratulate him. Some people said, hey, don't touch him. Oh. He's our man. Hey, let's move him forward. These are black people. Very backward. Useless. When they kill in America, you say, hey, it's racism. Racism. You are a fool. That's not like racism. They are killing you because of your natural stupidity. By nature, you are stupid as a black person. Do you have running water? Without maybe solar charger and generator, will you be watching me now? Are you not ashamed of yourselves? Are you not ashamed? But UNN has engineering department, electrical engineering, electrical and electricals, all are rubbish. Uniport has it. Uniben has it. Everywhere. Electrical and electrical engineering. Whatever that rubbish means, I don't know. No, electrical and electronics. But that is not right. The reason why they sent you to school to go and study electrical engineering is so that when you come out, there will be no more power shortage in the village. That's the reason why. So you don't know.
They see danger. They keep embracing it. You're muted, Pastor. You're muted. You're saying something, but you're muted.
Okay, let's start from that. I want us to do things, one at a time. We bring that show to Biafrans. When you bring out a tick from a dog, you need to show it. It looks as if you pinched it. Do you understand me? Are you following me?
Yes.
So go on then.
Go. I want you to bring out the picture where houses were being burnt and destroyed in Izombe. That was attacked by the soldiers. When you want to talk about somebody's house was attacked by the military. Exactly. Now, see how clear. I'm going to make an analysis. You people will join me while you are showing the picture. You just keep it good. Wonderful. Now, these are Biafrans, listen. These are houses that were burned down, attacked by the military. You can see for yourself, this is a clear attack. You can't live here again. Are you seeing the rubble, the electricity pole that was pulled down? This is different from what Azuka showed us. Now, this one, the pictures are clear. They took them from a distance to give you a panoramic view of everything that took place, so that you don't assume, you don't guess. You have the information is fed to you for yourself. You begin to make your own deductions. Look at. Have you seen your own evaluation? You can see the zinc is down, the roof is up. That's the roof that's attacked. This house was burnt. This is what happened in Izombe. Now, comparing it to what happened at Azuka's house, her camera was blurred. The house still intact. They left you guessing so that you can only depend on the information they give to you. This is a fraud. This is to tell you, Biafrans, that Azuka's house was not attacked. It was a terrible good. See a house that was attacked inside. Look at these things. Everything on the floor. You cannot get anything from here. Everything has been reduced to rubble.
Sure.
So Azuka did that thing to collect more money from the funds she's been collecting, because she wanted to get a chieftaincy title so as to complete that house or whatever money she's spending to get it back. This is a house that has been attacked. From a distance, you can see. I don't know if you have anything to say, if you want, Biko. Thank you.
What else can we say now? We keep talking, and there are people, many of them they know the truth. The only thing is that they want to hang in with Simon because they have no option as it stands. So, but they don't know that the options they have is they have a lot of options. You understand? And they say they want to hang in. No other person is talking about Biafra except Simon is the one making Biafra to be alive. But you can't continue to be in a place where you know that they're telling lies. They're duping you, they're scamming you. They're doing a lot of evil. You can't continue because this is very wrong. A house that was burned, when you see even the first time when that picture was trending online, I was kind of like curious. I say, is this really a burned house? Are you sure this house was burned? But I let her say, okay, let me call her and commemorate with her and say, I'm sorry. But the day I called, she didn't pick up the phone, even when we are still not in good times with her then, but she didn't pick up the phone. And so I left message to Simon. I say, tell Azuka that I don't know what to say. Both of them are, that I call, because they are both of the same feather. People that like to tell us lies, and they that is what they are. Because it is so bad that our people are still believing that they have something to offer. It's so bad that our people are still believing that Simon is leading them in the rightful way. I heard that he's calling me that I'm a troublemaker in Ireland. Me, troublemaker? Where have I made a trouble? Because you came to Ireland and I have all the audio. You were there, everything, you were there. I have the meeting, I have the audio, you know what transpired. So you say me, I'm a troublemaker. You are the worst person I have ever met in this struggle, because after you know I have not done anything wrong to you or anyone, you are saying that I'm a troublemaker. And you came to Ireland and you had what happened. And the audio is there. I can even, one day I'm going to come out and I'm going to play everything that happened in that meeting. Then Biafra will know who is a troublemaker. Because if you say I'm a troublemaker, I'm going to, because this time I'm off for 2 weeks. So I'm going to bring all my time and be playing all the audios. Let them be listening, because I am shocked you saying that Ify is a troublemaker in Ireland. So let's see who is a troublemaker. With all the audio recording, I will play the meeting that we had and let everybody know who is a troublemaker in Ireland. And so, you know, when that house was born, I was like, oh my goodness, is this really happen? So then some of our ladies called, and some of them other called, and she picked up their call, but she refused to pick mine. So she answered their call, and she was saying to them that the gate man, that he called the gate man to leave, you know, the immediate gate man left, and that happened. And then I said, he now down on me. I said, my goodness. She knew that this is going to happen, that it's a stage managed then. Then I begin to say this is a stage managed thing, because you cannot say to the get my leave. Then
in that discussion, she actually attributed it to God. She attributed it to God. She said,
then I said, oh my God, I was thinking that this really happened. Maybe the army didn't do a good job at burning the whole thing. So this Azuka already knew that this is planned deal. They planned it for it to happen. That she has to tell the gate man, the outside man, of where to leave. And then the army came with the armored car. And when you look at that house, you know that house is not really burned. So you see, Azuka, I have known her for the few months I have known her, there's no truth in her. And I say the same now with Simon. I am telling my people, I don't care. If they lie, let them continue to call my name and say whatever they say about me, that Simon is doing great. I am telling them, do you know what happened yesterday? I was on my own. No, I never said to ESM to start calling. Do you know I got a call and they started crying and they started complaining again for a camp for over February. Simon know this camp. Azuka know this camp. And this is the camp that they all know. They know it. And they have been contacting him. And they have been there, as even recently, Simon gave them money. Simon gave them 6 million to go buy a truck, to go buy whatever again, and added with the feeding money. Since then, do you know February, March, April, we are when? And the worst part is that when he calls Simon will bang the phone. The phone will ring. Simon will not answer. We cut the phone. We decline the call. And he will be calling Azuka. He will be calling Azuka, and Azuka will decline the call. So yesterday he started calling me and said, Madam Ify, we are hungry. I can play. Sometimes I want to ask them, so please, do you guys allow me to play with audios? Because this now we have to start playing audio on their behalf. We have to start doing it. Because so that Biafra we know that, oh my God, what happened?
You should play it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We need evidences. We need to prove to Biafrans. Definitely. It's not just about you and I talking. Yes. It's coming from the camp. We should allow this lady play this thing, for heaven's sake. Thank you.
Very well. Very, very important. You are muted. You are muted.
You are muted. Ify, I cannot hear you. Are muted. Okay.
Sorry. No, it's time for us to start playing these audios. I have to tell them. If they really want me to fight or really want us to let Biafra know what they're going through.
No, we want you to play it because we want Biafrans to know what's going through, what they're going through. So please play it. Nobody should hinder you.
Yesterday, I was with a sister and this happened. And I told the sister, I said, can you listen? I was with my phone because I have 2 phones. So I was on call with the other phone. And then when this guy called, and I said to sister, please hold on. Because, you know, that sister is somewhere. I don't want to mention where the sister lives. And then I said, please, they think I am telling lies, isn't it? Some people say, oh, Madam Ify, this camp you guys are complaining, they are criminal camp. Because whosoever that I'm going to be on my own and say many things next time because I'm freed for these 2 weeks. Whosoever that Simon tagged a criminal, that person has become a criminal. Whosoever that Simon said, our people believe. So you guys think that Simon is all telling you all the truth. You all think that Simon is telling you all the truth. Simon is lying to us, really lying. I am telling you the fact. That's why when they say, Madam Ify, stop attacking, stop saying things about Simon, it hurts me because I know he is lying to my people. I know he has no truth. He's not telling them the truth. This since February, Simon said that some of them are criminal. since February. This camp has not received any feeding money. And then he was talking to me, and I put the sister, I said, listen. And I said, please, hold on. I said, the sister, listen now. What this commander is saying. And the sister was listening. At the end, she was crying, and she said, Ify, so this is true. So the money they are contributing, because that sister pays a lot, he pays more too. He said, so the money they are contributing, they are not giving to our people, they are not giving to ESN. I said, I'm telling you, now you've had it, now you've listened, you have heard that they are not what he's saying. Am I the one that called? Am I the one that, look at what he's saying, look at what's everything. It was so shocking. And Simon knew I'm saying the truth now, because he knew the camp, and he has relationship with he has interaction with them. So Simon, for more than 5 February, you have not sent any money to this person, this camp. And this is the same camp that Sam Azuka was that told that Azuka said that he said that that Umada is eating the money. The same. Then the guy said, no, I never said so. And Azuka said, no, you did. And at the end, I have the audio. The guy said to me, Madam Ify, this is the audio. I was smart to record it so that I don't know, maybe tomorrow they will use it against me. And when I listened to that audio,
she was actually accusing that he must apologize, right?
Yes, exactly. He was, Azuka was accusing him that he must apologize. So I have the audio too. And I think that enough of all this saying to me, Madam Ify, you have no voice, you have nothing, you have nothing. You know why? Because if I start playing all, and I think this is the right time, because this saying that we have no evidence, Simon, shut up your mouth, because you know I have a lot. You know I have a lot. So don't ever say you have no evidence. That all these camp are criminals. Simon, you're telling lies. You're telling our people lies. These are the people that you are working with, that you are collecting ESM money, and you are not taking good care of them. Since February, most of them have left. These are the camp that Mazin Nnamdi Kanu put together, and they have all left because of hunger, because they have nothing. Even armies are coming to their camps, bombarding them. They can't stand. They will run. They will run away, and they have all gone away. Gone. Is this right? And then some people will be saying, "Oh, you guys are just making Simon this. Simon, everybody become criminal, become a criminal. Are you stupid? Are you guys mad?"
You know one thing.
Are you guys mad? Can't you believe that when most of that woman was shocked? That woman was crying. She was crying. She said, they were thinking that all this. I said, no, thank God that it's the right time that this guy called, because I was on the call with the person, and he called. And then he had everything we discussed. Everything, he had it. And this woman was crying. This woman said, thank God, I will never give again. Even time, I'm never going to give, because I never knew that this is happening to our people, to our men.
You know, those camps that have been attacked. Those camps that have been attacked are attacked because Azuka and her team are exposing those camps to the enemies. They expose those camps to the enemies, and that is how the enemies, the Nigerian military, get to know those camps. They don't just get to know those camps on their own. They are being exposed. You know,
that someone must have ignored them for reasons, because he has been thinking, which student, which one, which of.
You are muted. We can't hear you.
You're muted. Yeah.
How this which camp is this one saying Simon is taking? Because none of them, none. Don't shut up.
Okay. Can we do it this way? Can you play that audio? Let them listen.
Yes.
Let them listen, because evidences are needed in whatever we want to do. Do you have the audio with you?
Let me bring one and play.
Thank you so much. I in my own, I've always been using just one phone, and sometimes my phone is in disappearing messages. After a time, it will disappear from my phone when people send me information.
Why not reset it? Remove it. Remove the disappearing message. Remove the disappearing message.
Yes, I have to remove it so that it doesn't happen again.
Because when people need to know what is going on, these men are representing the people of Biafra on ground, and they need to know what is happening to the men. They need to know how these men have been taken care of, because they are giving the funds to these people, and they are stealing the money. Azuka is taking some of the funds in the name of his building is burnt. That is how they divert the funds. That is what they do with the funds. They divert it into their businesses, into their cryptocurrency business, into different kinds of stuff. They steal the monies and they tell the people that they are raising funds for ESN. I've told the people several times, that ESN doesn't mean Eastern Security Network. It means EPA, Simon
Njoko.
Organization, his organization. That was what they asked in that question.
Yes.
Who is funding your organization? He said, Biafrans. Who is funding you and your organization? He said, Biafrans are funding my organization because ESN is his organization.
Exactly. And then I sent you a message in your WhatsApp.
Okay.
It's a video clip where Nigerian soldiers were attacked by Boko Haram. A lot of them were shot. Their armored car was turned upside down. It tumbled with the 4 legs up, 4 tires up. Now, we're going to discuss that after Ife's own. When Simon says that he's giving them water, Biafra 30, Nigeria 0. We don't see any evidence. But when Boko Haram attacked Nigerian soldiers and killed them, you see the evidence is there.
Sure.
Do you understand me? So we need to bring these things to Biafrans. Let them start thinking. Stop being stupid. Especially those that follow him. Because when the Ambazonians killed the Cameroonian soldiers, you see it open, live. But that of the Simon Ekpa's BNL, which when he collects money with ESN name, he uses it for BNL. BNL does not exist on ground. It only exists on Simon Ekpa's platform, in his head, and on the internet. They don't exist really. Now, all these monies are used there, and that is what we are told. Nigeria, they get water. We are not seeing anything, nothing at all. He's the one that will make the announcement. He's the one that will reveal it. No video to show, nothing, and people will just believe him. So whenever Ife said it, she will just give us a signal while we are talking. Now, when somebody told Ife that if Simon says you are a criminal, you're a criminal, they have alluded to Simon the power of God. It's only God that tells you you are evil and you are evil, because God knows you better than you know yourself. Do you understand me? So if someone comes out and says somebody is evil and everybody believes Simon, they have alluded to Simon the authority of divinity. He is like God. Whatever he decrees must be established. It is wrong, because this same Simon is wicked, ungodly, and very fake. He's a liar. And he prays, P-R-E-Y-S. He preys on the people's gullibility, because whatever he tells them, they listen. So he preys on their gullibility to always buy his information. Correct. So he comes out and says, I have written to United Nations. They believe him. What is the evidence? Has there been any response from United Nations officially? I don't mean automatic machine response when you send a text. No, I'm talking, have they responded to him? If something happened, why is it that the American press don't report it? It is Simon that reports on behalf of America. Why is he the one that gives all the information? The countries, organizations responsible don't give information to that effect. When you hear Woto, it is only Simon that says they killed 100 of Nigerian soldiers, or 220 or 30 today, but there is no evidence. That's what Azuka will always tell me that time. She will say, 9 Ebuhao, today Ebuhao 5. Any evidence? None. No single evidence.
Behaving like primitive people.
I sent you that picture so that you show it later.
Current generation, people will just come and tell you things with their mouth. That we have done this, we have done that. When we are living in a critical generation where things
advanced generation where computer is working, handset, they are showing. So whenever Ife gets it, she will give it to us and we hear. Okay, so can you play that? Can you play that picture while we're waiting on Ife? Where Nigerian soldiers? I just showed it to you. Where Nigerian soldiers?
I want to get it now. I want to get it now. I hope I'm not going to be cut off. If I'm still here, let me get it from my. Okay, let me get it quickly before this stuff cuts me off.
Unless I can even play it from my handset here.
Yeah, I want to put it on the screen so people can see it. I want to play it so that people can see it. I can play it. I'll play it now. I've got it already, so I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it.
Okay.
Yes, I'm going to play it. So I'm going to get it down now. Yeah, I'm there. I'll get it now. And if you have you seen the stuff? You've not seen it yet. So let me get this one. Let me get this one now and play it. From downloads. Okay. All right, it's coming. Pastor, it's coming. So
Okay,
I'm going to play it here. So
okay, thank you.
I'm going to play it. It's coming so people can see it. Now, this is it. They show the evidences. When you are in a warfare and
okay, let me just play this one. I just played this one. Then I have a lot, but I just want to go through.
What about the one of yesterday? The one you talked about yesterday?
Okay, yesterday on. I'm coming up. Okay, I know I played it.
While you are looking for that yesterday's own, let Kelechi play that thing he wants to play for us on video so that it doesn't get lost. But keep it. Once it's done, you bring that one. We can discuss both of them at once. Okay?
Yes.
No,
so let me play this.
I played this one. Is it?
Yeah, just hold it. Let me play this one first. Oh, you play it, whichever you want to do. You want to play it first?
Yeah, let her play first. Play that one of yesterday. Thank you, Ify.
No, this I played this one. This one is not yesterday. Then I can play the yesterday on one later.
Okay.
Muna Faku. Muna Mazi Simon. So I Jundenju. Osinaga Pom. Amaru. I say call to am off. So I call to am off. Osina Waka Azoka. Gapo Madam Azoka no gapo. Since you are from their call. Asina get na aju ke ye me na eje odun de ku ke eje. So mo ana eku na iye nde eku ke emela anyi no nworo nke emegola anyi. Na bro ni and ni one self we know the feed well. And the granite one say na ego granite. Mgbe kwa ego granite a ejikwa alu ọrụ. Send kwa. Then we see bana ka ifisie. Na go fa na edezi an ego ni a chozi maka isi eje. So na mo any drum mari bia na agwa mi ye mmeme mo nwere yi na enye m. E wata. Onwe ye nwe from this autopilot. Onwe ye hanyem so nni ka fa ego. Even when not in treatment, so I know how I do my thing. One man squad. To syndrome anything if whether you send me or you don't send me, I did. Based on your money also. You son as okay, obuna. At US my autopilot. So no charm. I love natural na make me idea. I was your star go a mile. Only every be at the cross. When do bunkiana, make I carry my own. I won't choice sponsor. Una sponsor my man. And after on going me if I may I if I you know I can so you never do Maya. Likewise, DOS. If I never do Maya, I tell my own no. Onye chọka arụ otinye arụ ọ bụrụ ịchọ ka arụ ị n'ọrụ onwe gị ọ bụrụ bịa ihe m 5 naira esi m buru m jebe ofu ebe ọ ka esi eme chọọ iji ndụ m wee gwuo egwu ọ ga-eme m suspect ba gị na onye ka m ji wee nepụrụ onye ọbụla anya n'ọrụ onwe m n'ọrụ onwe m anya bụ ihe na-ese nwere ihe na-ese ọ na ịmara enye mmadụ chekiri chenji bịa na kọmandị onye ahụ o nwere ị ga na-emerụ mmadụ bifo kọmandị bịa na dị steji anọ na need sponsorship o nwere ihe a sponsor anyị ihe m nni 2 times m see video MNK nweta nọmba nwetara phone if it's quite save video my man ka m weta I'm a child, my mother, when I'm a barra. So everybody is a suspect.
Oh.
I'm mad. Everybody is a suspect in this journey. So I got to be careful. That is why I am dodging myself. Shalom. Oh, yes, can work.
Okay. That one, I don't want to say the camp because there's no point. But see, I have a lot of, and this is the people that are on opposing and criminal because he has tagged them criminal because he stopped giving all of them feeding money. So who knows what he's doing using the money to do then? Because the fundraising, he's not giving them feeding money, no money for anything. So what is he doing with the fundraising money then? That is my concern. Because he tagged them now, and that people believe, and that people say, is if he can give. Do I create it? Do I know any? Am I the one that created ESN? Do I know how they created it? Do I know anything about them? So how come they become if he gang? These are the people, the Simon and Azuka went and they promised that they're going to be doing this for them. They're going to be. You can even hear. I'm going to bring the one that when they say they had a meeting when we took over from Nelly and Oyibo, the guy promises Azuka promised them if they'll be drinking tea, they'll be eating eggs, they'll be looking after them, and they were saying, "Are you sure you guys are going to do this? Are you sure?" And they say, "Yes, we will do it. Don't worry." And I was even in the meeting when this was going on, and I was saying, "I hope we do this." Now they are saying. None of them, no one, not even only giving them, even don't give them those necessities like egg or drinking tea. Give them feeding money. No, you're not giving them, and they're all. This is what is happening. So what is going on here?
Let me play the other one now. The one of the Boko Haram. The evidence.
All this time, I'm going to lose all this thing.
Sit down. Sit down.
All this time, I'm going to lose all this thing.
Sit down. Sit down.
So, Casey. Hello?
Yes.
As you can
Yes,
see,
we can hear you. We can hear you.
As you can see, Boko Haram gave them water. It is clear. Boko Haram does not need to come to the internet to tell you water. Boko Haram 30, Nigeria 0. It is there. Clear.
That's it.
Very simple.
That's it.
You show the soldiers on the floor. The vehicle that has the 4 legs upside down. You understand me? When you go out to fight a battle and you win, you don't need anybody to come and talk. You don't need to come and tell people. In this modern day of technology, you have your phone. You take pictures of what is going on. Present it. Everybody sees it.
Sure.
So when you hear How many soldiers are there on the floor? Maybe about 10 or 15. How many soldiers are there totally? Maybe about 30 soldiers were beaten by Boko Haram. You cannot say Boko Haram 30, Nigeria 0. It's clear. Do you understand me? But what Simon does is, he tells them we're doing them water. And in Twitter, Biafra 20, Nigeria 0. Where? You can't see. And those who follow him are so brain dead and stupid that
they're also sharing it. They say it's propaganda. They say they need propaganda. They need it. So you need that kind of propaganda. Who are you doing it for then?
So the army, the liberation army that Simon has is in his mind and on the internet and on his platform. They are not on ground. And with this kind of phantom soldiers, you know what phantom is? Phantom soldiers, monies are collected from people in hoping to be used in the name of genuine soldiers. They use it for phantom soldiers that don't exist. And the thing goes into his pocket and that of his cronies. Now, I blame, in fact, the IPOB autopilot media is as daft as the people that run their different platforms. They are the biggest disgrace in this project so far. Because none of them can ask questions to find out what is going on. What do we have to present on our platform for the whole world to see? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But look at Boko Haram.
You know that these guys on the autopilot platform are not even truthful guys. You already know. We know.
Yeah, of course, I know.
Definitely, you don't expect somebody like Gaddafi, who is the hitman, to ask questions. You don't expect someone like Tuku, who tells you that he's here to make his money.
Gaddafi has a track record of involvement in one shady deal or the other, apart from it, Obiko. So how can he come and you take a criminal like that to make him in the police department? Birds of a feather flock together.
That is it, because he has to come. That's the line of the crime.
Exactly.
That's where the crime. That's where they make the whole thing. That's where
there is no merit.
Madam Ifi, you're muted.
No integrity.
Nobody will ever tell me to go to Salmon, because what am I going there to do with all lies? Yeah, I can never. You see, Simon himself knew that Gaddafi duped me. He knew, because that is bed of the same father. That's what Simon does.
Exactly.
He does visa thing and he doesn't issue people visa. He has done
exactly.
I have somebody that have complained about it. Somebody complained that Simon did visa. He said he's going to do visa for his brothers. Up to now, he has not given them the money back. And I said, Simon is terrible. Why would
I have two complaints
so now
on
the Gaddafi own happened to me. And then when Gaddafi own happened, I said, oh my God, is that why Simon didn't even care like anything? That's why he now put Gaddafi in that cabinet, because Simon does the same thing. So what Gaddafi did to me, Simon is doing it as well. Because
and if Simon does not put Gaddafi after a time, being frustrated, he will expose Simon. Both of them are birds of a feather.
Of course.
You understand?
I don't know about it. And this person said that Simon did a visa for his family, for her family, for her brothers, cousins. And up to now, those people sold their land to pay Simon the money, and he has not returned the money back. She was not happy about it.
Oh God. And this is the crime minister.
Simon not returned the money back. So that's what happened. When Gaddafi duped me, Simon will say it's normal. So why would Madam Ifi be crying? So for that, he now put Gaddafi in his cabinet, because they are all the same, duping people. I am telling Biafra, whether you guys like it, I don't hate Simon beginning. I work with all my heart. I did everything.
No, you can't work with him again. It's a fake cabinet.
A lot of lies.
It's a fake cabinet. It's a fake cabinet.
You know what I want us to do? There's this information here, that this stuff I want us to also talk about here. I have noticed these people
who are working with one of yesterday.
Okay. Let me just give this narrative. Who are working with the defunct the DOS people. The narrative now they place now. Okay, you supported Simon. You see, DOS are wise. When we were talking about it, you were supporting Simon, and I tried to make them understand that supporting Simon was not because the DOS was, or we were just trying to get the DOS away from the whole equation. But it does not justify the fact that because Simon has gone to criminality, and now we are now going to come back to support you because you are part of the criminality.
God forbid.
Part of the community. That's what I want them to know. Those ones who are here talking about and who always post those kinds of stuff. We supported Simon because we wanted a neutral person who is going to do the right thing. He went away from the track, and we are now condemning him like we are condemning you, the members of the DOS, because you are also criminals. And we want to make them understand also that criminality does not expire. You must face the law. So if you think that because you have, because if we don't do this, in the Biafra we are looking for, we are going to have a situation where people commit crime, and then suddenly they go do one good, because once they do a good, and they'll say, okay, let's forgive that person. He has done a good. Let's forgive him. So that he's a good person. It's just
no. The law must take its course.
Definitely.
No. It has nothing to do with it. Let's not be fickle in our way of thinking. If you have committed a crime against the state, even if the people you committed a crime against forgive you, the law has to take its course. It's the law that will be the ultimate decider of your position. Whether you go to jail or you pay any other price, it's the law. It's personal, it's the law. If we don't operate on that principle, then we are not ready for Biafra. We must be very truthful. Even as I'm here, if I do anything wrong, the law has to put me into this. If I found guilty, I should take responsibility. Do you understand me? So anybody that is saying this nonsense, the DOS misbehaved. In fact, their sin is very, very painful, that they didn't even know where their principal was for 8 days. And the next thing is they began to eat money. So Simon too has entered into that point of eating money. So you don't just cover an iniquity with the good works. No, you must confess and pay the price for the iniquity. Allow the Lord to decide whether you'll be forgiven based on your good works or on the basis of charity, the benevolence. So you don't just assume that this person did it. And by the way, there's no single good work Simon has done so far in this Biafran struggle. Not even a single one.
Sure.
Simon instead took advantage of the confidence reposed on him to do a coup against Nnamdi Kanu by tactfully displacing him, riding on the gullibility of the Biafran minds of Biafrans who follow him, and setting Onyendu aside. Now Simon has said Onyendu is the Igbo, the king of the Igbos. He's the prime minister. So Simon now has the authority to appoint Onyendu and give him an office. Exactly. That is a coup. It is treasonable.
You know why he liked this popularity. He enjoyed it. You know, the way they're praising him, the way that he too will be calling himself prime minister. You know, he loved this popularity they are giving to him. He's so I have reached my oh my God, these people are so gullible. They can't even see who I am. They know nothing about me. If somebody can be depriving people, defeating the money that they are giving to you to give them, you are depriving it to them. Who are you then? What are you here for? Yeah. If you say that you are going to look
let's
after
hear that.
them
Let's
and
hear
you are not doing it, who sent you then? Because how come you've come in the form of you love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu put in place, you are disorganizing it. You are saying saying that you are trying to make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that he hasn't done nothing, that you have done a lot, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not done anything. What is wrong with you? Then
even Simon is taking the glory over Nnamdi Kanu.
Exactly.
Nnamdi Kanu has not done what he has done.
That is the thing.
So Simon tactfully pushed Nnamdi Kanu aside. And stupid Biafrans who believe in Simon follow him. All of them are part of the conspiracy theory. I can see Prince is here and Ken. My regards.
Good day to ask a question from what I've just heard. Did I hear that Simon Afghani is the prime minister?
Of course.
Yes. That's
when did this happen? No, when did this happen?
It's on the internet.
Now, for me, that is where we conclude this matter. So, wait. So it is not the country appointing our king or our president, and then the president appointing and appointing. Now it is this guy is mad. Hey, because I don't have anything else to say today. That's it. This one is enough.
I saw it on the internet where he was declared. He declared himself as the prime minister, then the king of the Igbos.
Hey!
And I was so angry, and I was asking.
Anyway, and I have nothing other to contribute today. Thank you very much.
It's so sad. I'm telling you.
Play the audio you want to play.
Haven't you seen it on the internet, Kelechi? Did you see it in the internet? I saw it myself.
Okay.
And Simon did not deny it or refute it to say no.
Okay.
Yeah, because that is why that is the reason you know why he's here for. You know,
yeah.
He's really here for our freedom. He will humble himself and serve the people and get the freedom, as Mazen Nandekano did, you know. And him saying that he's trying to put Mazen Nandekano down, but he's the one doing all these things.
No, let's
gone to rally. So Mazen Nandekano has not gone to England.
Let's put something straight.
Oh God.
Don't appeal to Simon to serve the people. Simon is out of the picture because he has derailed from the project. So when you say he should serve the people, no, there was a time when Simon pretended he was serving, and we thought that he was going to work. But along the line, everything about him was revealed, and we've seen it. So Simon is not serving. In fact, the Biafran Republic government in Israel is a different nation.
You know why? Let me tell you something. You know why Simon doesn't like people to come close to him? Because Simon think, when you suggest that bring this, he goes and he want to be, he's here. He doesn't want people to go deep and know who he is. That's why he doesn't want to, he's thinking that he doesn't want people to walk close to him. Like, he wants to be in charge of this, do that. He doesn't give people chance to come close to know him. You understand? Yeah. So it doesn't want to, because if you come close, you will know him. If you have a good heart, if you have conscience, if you have
the audio you're talking about,
you will know. If you don't, like somebody like Azuka, which they are best of the same feather, So he doesn't care. Whatever you do, go ahead. I'm supporting you. I am doing it. But me, I am kind of person I question. I said, this is not right. This is not supposed to be so. Why is this like this? Right. Why is this like this?
Because of our time, do you want to play that audio you have? The audio you're talking about.
Okay.
And Comrade Ken, you're welcome. You have not said anything seen at your phone. You're not saying anything with us. You're just on your phone. Please, can you play that audio so that we can do our final discussion on that audio?
Okay,
then we go. Because we're looking at
this is it.
Yes.
I'm not sure the volume is high.
I'm in a shock, so I can't say anything today because you shouldn't can't make it also.
Okay.
Not sure are you hearing it?
And I managed to go wine or and then you go to a connect. They got on your agenda. So, more young game. Never mother them. I make a durable model. Get for us for what you go for serious. Man, I see so this why if you don't pass here, I knew what any airport for now. And then I pop one. Now you. no help. I want to call them. Now they do put them mother. Mama Apoya. I want to call them. They do put them mother. Mama Apoya. I want to know how I do it where young well. I want to know how I do pass over the road. Oh, and then your marker. Will you kiss you up or down? No, do I knock it out? Yeah, if I did go come, yes, you were there. I want to on your about 40 years. Come on, all children. I should be there. I don't know how we bear. I want to watch. You can do my view, any of them. I think you might hear the young football. I can also Yamaka can nayo. Since all this while we are there. When there's Amaram no night can one in Chopper. Because Obu no when you mirror out more, no natural action. As soon around among the world of the Malod, and among the world on your Gadiaki. When you pull out a bottle, when you make a bar, July, no one mother by Jenny. Although I can't know more than another age. About a night, I know. I try mana. This year. I see it open knowledge.
So that's he sent that voice yesterday, and he said he has been calling Oga, which is the Obu Prime Minister. He doesn't pick up, he doesn't answer since February. Nothing for them, nothing. And he says he's in charge of them. He's not more in charge of them. Oh. Most of them are not happy with him. They are all minding their own thing, doing their own. They don't even care about
he has never been in charge of the ESN. They only just needed the funding. And since they were in charge of the funds, they needed to get the funds.
He has never been in charge. That's a good analysis.
He has never been in charge.
Never been in charge. He was just laying his hands on the fund, in charge of the funding. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
And one other thing, Kelechi, we have to raise up now is there's another point I want us to discuss. Now, this Asari Dokubo case, I want us to revisit it. Because I had a conversation with Ken Nachuku yesterday, and he was opening my eyes into certain things which I didn't even look at. One of the things he said was that when Simon engages Asari Dokubo in any kind of verbal confrontation, threatening him militarily, number one, he doesn't have anything on ground. Number two, he's trying to play into the hands of those who set up Asari Dokubo to come and provoke this kind of fight, which we don't have anything on ground to defend. So when Asari Dokubo comes and starts killing our people, they will now come to mediate. And in mediating, they defend Asari Dokubo as a nationalist, and we should be branded as terrorists. And that would be a good ground to kill our people. Who started it? Because of the careless response of Simon without processing the situation and information very well. It made sense to me. Because, it made sense. Because you may not understand. In his zeal to maybe, somehow too, you made a comment yesterday, apart from what Ken told me personally, that Both of them are agents of the government operating at different levels, operational levels. That of Asari Dokubo is a direct confrontation against us to kill our people. But Simon becomes a channel by which the government can be provoked into doing what
Now,
may have made it to do. Huh?
Can I build on this one, please? This one has triggered me.
I provoked you into talking. I like that. Yes.
Jesus Christ, you have. You and Ken had triggered something in my brain. And let me tell you what this is. And I'm telling you, if Simon swears and says this is not what it is, Simon will die immediately. I'm not one to tell people to swear, but this time I'm gonna ask Simon to swear if he thinks this is not true. What has happened here is clear. Simon wants to use Asare Dokubo and his people, coupled with Nigerian military, to finish off everything Nnamdi Kanu has as a structure. So he uses such talks to provoke him and provoke Nigerian military. So they will now go and begin to kill us. Look, the only thing Simon wanted was the money and then to set up a little militia that would protect him and whatever he's doing in Nigeria. That's all. So upsetting or trying to go into argument with Asare Dokubo is just a means to trigger him to now move with the Nigerian military to go and finish anything left behind by Nnamdi Kanu or anybody that would. I'm telling you, that's just what it is.
In fact,
it is so obvious now.
Let me let the people know that that is just. Let me let the people know that that is just the truth. Let me just let the people know that that's just the truth. Now, as at yesterday or so, Asari's men were already in the mission of coming to kill in our land, and his men were ambushed and killed. Now that tells you that that is the plan, to gate killings so that there will be a kind of unrest. It will come into our land and in the name of trying to stop an unrest. So that's what is going on.
Kelechi, did you mute me?
No, you are out. You are coming out. We are listening to you. You can speak. No, go on.
We can hear you, Ken. We can hear you.
Kelechi, I made an analysis about Asare Dokubo today. What Prince just said here now is exactly what I tried to analyze on Facebook broadcast I made. There are two issues. They want to cause a war because there are videos, there are old videos from Asare Dokubo that I used today that is very important for Biafrans to go and listen to. If they listen to it, they will hear this person come up today or start saying that he's telling Biafra to provoke Biafrans so there will be a war between Biafra land, between the two parties. And Fulani will now be set aside. The international community will now tell you it's a tribal war between indigenous people. It will not be a Nigerian issue anymore. This is what he wants to do with Simon Ekpa. And Simon Ekpa came up to start putting more fuel on it, telling Asare Dokubo to come, that he want to combat Asare Dokubo, that he have killed the men of Asare Dokubo before. When have Simon Ekpa attacked Asare Dokubo men before? When?
Have you seen it?
When? He tell them to come again. If they come again, he will kill them in their thousands.
No, it was intentional. Remember, it was intentional. Remember last year, Simon himself tried not to, when he was trying to avoid Asari, he was only trying to expose him and trying to avoid him, not talking about him last year. If you remember when he was doing the particular broadcast, he tried to avoid talking about him. He was very careful in not going to attack Asari. But this time around, because he knows that he had already missed that chance of that 150 days, and the people are not happy, he needs to keep saying what will make them happy. At the same time, give an opportunity for an unrest to destabilize the system so that the Nigerian government can now come in and begin to deal with the remains of what is left of the ESN and all of that. Of course, he knows that Asari Well, yes.
Kelechi, I want our people to listen to this very voice from Asari Dokubo. For them to understand what we are saying. You should listen.
The only solution, the only guarantee for our future, the future of my children, the future of their children, the future of generation unborn is Biafra.
I will continue. Are you listening? This is the person saying that he saw the Igbo people. This is the person telling you that he's now with Tinubu. So I want Biafrans to ask Asari Dokubo, what have Nigerians done that make him to change automatically after uttering this word that he uttered here?
You are in support of the traitor. You are a traitor. You are a traitor. And the people, the generation that are coming, they will tell you if you are right. They will speak on your face. They will urinate and dedicate on their grave for betraying them. You come to talk, you are afraid, you are leaning liver, you are a coward, you don't want to stand up and fight, you want to remain where you are. I will not remain with you.
We are those children. We will urinate on him, we will spit on him, and we will everything that he said here will be done to Asari Dokubo.
He said,
this is the person who came up now and start telling you that what have Nigeria changed in that very place he come from, where he called a Calabari? What have Nigeria changed in Biafra land? What have Nigeria changed in Delta State? What have Nigeria changed in the whole eastern region that make Asari Dokubo to turn around now?
Now, one of our sisters here, Ego, sent me a voice interview of Asari Dokubo. I want to play it. Let me play it so that we can also hear Asari speak. You know, when these people are speaking, you just know the kinds of people they are and know what dimension they're coming from.
It's another beautiful Sunday afternoon. This is Rubbing Minds. Welcome. My name is Ebuka Obiuchi, and it's great to be with you here as usual. He's someone who's going to be here today to talk about a lot of things that he has to get off his chest. Alhaji Mujahid Asari Dokubo is here with me. You're very welcome, sir. Good afternoon. Thanks for being here today. I started off talking about Nigeria and all of that, but we're going to get into that. I want to start off on a personal note, because a lot of people hear your name and they hear about you and they have many different perceptions. But I want to ask you, what do you do? What does Asari Dokubo do for a living? Let's start with that.
I'm a businessman. I'm into education. My business mostly centered around education. I have about 4 schools. I have nursery. I have Creche Nursery Secondary School, Kingamakri International School in Cotonou, Republic of Benin. I have Kingamakri Automobile and ICT Academy, and I have Kingamakri Arts Academy and Kingamakri Sports Academy. They're all, it's only education I do by March. Kingamakri African University will come on board. That's what I do.
You seem very passionate about education, but you did not complete your university education. Does that have any relationship at all with you trying to invest in education and encouraging people?
I think the education we're being given in Nigeria is very, very inadequate. And I think it just prepares people to speak English and to write and to make noise.
So what are you doing differently?
What I'm doing differently, I can't, if I tell you now, you will not know. But any student who graduates from my school is skilled. That is, he is morally strong, intellectually strong, and physically strong. In my school, we prepare the student for the outside world. There is no person. Yes, there is no person who leaves my school that will be looking for an NPC job or shell job or I won't get it. Yes, yes, because even as you are in school, you can service yourself and your family. You can provide for yourself and your family.
Interesting. Still talking about your school, and one of the biggest controversies I know that has come up with you and your schools is the fact that you have a university in the Republic of Benin.
Why did you not establish it here in Nigeria? I don't see myself as a Nigerian, and I cannot establish school in an enemy territory. For over 30 years, I've been at loggerheads with the Nigerian government. First, as
I cannot establish school in the enemy's territory.
The leader, the president of National Union of Rivers State Students, etc., participating in student unionism and so on, have been an enemy of the Nigerian state, so to say. Up to today, there's a treason trial hanging on my head. And you cannot just put your business in an environment that one person will get up and say, I close down this business. And it's not going to do well. And I cannot blossom. I cannot flourish. I want somewhere where I can express myself and flourish. And that's what I'm doing. We started small, and gradually we're becoming bigger and bigger. Business is nearest. You look at the best environment where your business will do. Business is all about profit. It's not about emotion or sentiment. It's all about profit. And I am there to make profit and to also put my aspiration to bring my dream into life, That's what I want to do. And I can achieve that here. So
his knowledge of education is not about the betterment of the people. It's about profit, because business is profit. And so the only way he's going to respond is when the profit is going to come. And that's why when Nigeria government contracted him, he decided to go, because more profit is coming. He has to guard the pipeline and get some percentage. So as Asari Dokubo is concerned about profit, nothing but profit. So even if he goes and invests in education, he's actually seeking the profit, not just because he wants the people to get better.
Yes. Let's look at the moral aspect too, because I jotted down two things. He said here that the students from his school are morally strong. We're looking at things entirely now from that perspective. Morally strong and intellectually strong. Now, Asari Dokubo, listen, because we are going to discuss issues. It's not an issue of coming to call him a pig or a bloated toad. No, that's not what I'm here for. We are here now to look at issues objectively. Now, if you want to build a school, you have a concept in your mind to lay down a foundation which you can build up future leaders of any particular nation. And one of them is moral rectitude. Am I on the right? Am I saying the right thing?
Yes, correct. You're right.
One of them is the moral rectitude. The second one is intellectual capacity, right?
Correct.
It therefore means that inside your mind, you have a noble intention, an idea that will benefit mankind in the future, right? And then if that is your idea, you as a person should be on the platform to be looked upon based on your antecedents, things you have done before that has brought you to this. Let me give you a classical example. Taisho Larin had the Mayflower School in Ikene. He was so outstanding in education that the Mayflower School had the sons and daughters of top government officials being students there, because Taisho Larin was an example of a man that was morally upright. I'm not talking in terms of his religious beliefs. I'm looking at his morality. Taisho Larin was a man. I'm sure you know him, Taisho Larin.
The school is still there, and doing great.
Mayflower Secondary School is still there. Now, on the basis of Taisho Larin's behavior, you could establish a school whereby people could make reference to Taisho Larin that this man is a morally sound person who is disciplined and does not compromise his principles. Even Obafemi Awolowo will recognize that. Now, when you put it side by side with Asari Dokubo, look at his antecedent. Asari Dokubo is known to be a rebel child in the family. Asari Dokubo is known to have been sleeping with all the girls that stay around him forcefully. Asari Dokubo is known to have declared that killing people is his professional job.
Yes.
That's what he said. And now he's raising a school. What is he going to tell the students? Asari Dokubo has also been known to be somebody that carried weapons as a militant against the government, the Niger Delta Volunteer Force, which he was leading. Then Asari Dokubo is also known to have been a thug, a kind of political thug, which people that hire to be the local Capone, if they want to harass, it's Asari Dokubo that they meet. They buy ammo and give to him. He gathers boys who smoke Indian hemp and live wrong lives. So tell me, what morality or what moral standing does Asari Dokubo have that he could be saying that they will be morally strong? It can only happen in Nigeria. This same Asari Dokubo has been employed by the Nigerian government to be their spokesperson to denigrate and mock the Igbo people. Just like Sennacherib hired Rav Shake to come and mock Hezekiah in the book of Isaiah. Yes, please. I have more to say, but let's start with the moral perspective before we go to the intellectual one. Thank you, please.
Pastor, let me tell us this. In fact, what I'm telling us is not just for Biafrans. It's for any person that calls themselves a human being in this world to understand the spectrum of mental disorder we are dealing with here. Because if we don't capture it, honestly, we might think this is about Asari Dokubo, this is about Biafra, this is about Nigeria. Look at what is happening here. I don't know whether you've seen the image of the picture between Tinubu and Tony Blair.
Yes.
Now, I want us to look at it chronologically. We are dealing with evil people on the planet of this earth. Now,
no, it's not a laughing matter. It's the truth. It's the truth. Because we are discussing objectively. Go ahead, please.
And this is why every right-minded person in this world must rise and deal with the evils of this world that is now holding you ransom. Now look at this. Tony Blair is a war criminal, renowned. Everybody knows that. By now, Tony Blair actually should be hiding his face in shame. If not that ICC is something, is an agent of destruction, an agent of falsehood, Tony Blair should be locked up by now. Okay? Now, that image of Tony Blair tells you that it is criminality and evil, recruiting evil around the world, and it is trickled down to the evils and the mental disorder of Asari Dokubo. We are dealing with mental illness here. Mental illness, actually, you see it in people who are saying one thing, but they are thinking another. And they keep moving the goalposts to suit the particular narratives they are dealing with at that particular moment. You've had Asari Dokubo claim to hate Nigeria, that he's not even a Nigerian. He hates everything in Nigeria. Suddenly, he is now the mouthpiece of Nigeria, fighting for Nigeria, having raised the army that is better than Nigerian army and everything else. Now, I want you to go from Tony Blair, how the demons of Tony Blair, in his criminal and murderous nature, had actually deposited another criminal and demon in the name of Tinubu, okay? And then Tinubu now is recruiting people of similar mind in Asari Dokubo, Simon Ekpa, and co. Now, we need to capture this to understand where we are as human beings occupying this space temporarily. Because if we don't see the whole mechanics of it, we might think, oh, it is all about Asari Dokubo. This is a thing, and the whole project is to destroy Biafrans, depopulate Africa. It is an agenda, and the so-called international community without definition is behind it, because you can't define international community, as you well know. First of all, we don't know the makeup of this international community. We don't understand their remits. And the biggest question is it possible to have an international community that is not local to another or other international communities. How does that international community operate? What is it about? We have seen the whole world in the name of international community gathered together in their evil to impose a fraudulently selected Tinubu in this contraption to now recruit his fellow criminals to ensure the population, to ensure a total wipe off of Biafrans. That is their primary aim. We as human beings occupying this space must capture this honest narrative. If we might be chasing shadows and we might not understand the complexities of what is upon us. I rest it here for now.
Yes, and to add to what you have said, there's a very dangerous thing that is going on, which will eventually be a witness against humanity in the days ahead to come. I'm telling you the truth. Based on this analysis, there's a very dangerous trend going on. It's like a conspiracy against ourselves as human beings, whereby we glorify evil and then demonize good, and think somehow it is being done for the benefit of those who think they will have the situation under control. It is going to be a monster that will even stand as a testimony against humanity. Then, in respect to the response of Simon to the game that is being played against us using Asari Dokubo, which we understand both of them could be agents of these people. I am telling Simon, stop talking. Stop talking. You are not representing the interest of Biafrans or people. Stop talking. Keep quiet. Don't engage Asari Dokubo in any kind of verbal thing or saying you have your own army you are going to kill, that you kill their people. When you say it and you've not done anything at all in that land, you have not even for once. When you say it, you make the Igbos vulnerable to attack. They will come and kill our people. And when they kill them, you will now go to the Twitter and say, this is to inform the international community, this is the atrocities aside the Cuba and the government of Nigeria do against Biafra. We are going to engage them when the time comes. You are not doing anything, they are killing them. They are killing our people. And when you tell the international community that the Nigerian soldiers no longer attack us because we are engaging them, after saying that, they went and attacked the Zombe. You didn't do anything. Stop talking. You are killing our people.
He will not stop talking. He is demented, and we know that. Now, let me play further. Let's hear what Asari is going to say further here, so we can get some points from that.
Can achieve that here. So since I needed an African environment, that's why I went there to Benin Republic. I would have gone to anywhere. I would have gone to Cyprus. I had the opportunity of going to Cyprus to start my school, but I decided to stay in Africa.
I like the fact that you mentioned the fact that you're not Nigerian anymore. It was one of the questions I was going to ask you, because before the show, I did find out that you became a naturalized citizen of the Republic of Benin, I think, in 2013. What happened in that time to make you switch allegiance? Did something particularly happen to make you do that?
I've never been a Nigerian.
I have never been a Nigerian. Asari Dokubo.
Are not created by force of fiat.
Nations are not created by force of fiat. Asari Dokubo. Nuggets from Asari Dokubo.
It's a combination of moral and intellectual bankruptcy. Morally, he
to be British.
Yeah.
You saw Scotland trying to vote yes or no. Today, no Scottish man can say, I'm not a Briton, because majority of Scottish people have accepted to remain in the British Union under the British flag. Nothing like that had happened in Nigeria. We have demanded for us to be together. No Lord is needed to bring all of us together. What is needed is for us to sit down in a sovereign national conference.
So why not advocate for that instead of moving away
We
from
have been demanding for 30 years. I've been regular and I've been demanding for a sovereign national conference. And the Nigerian state, there are some powerful forces. There are some people who are not even Nigerians, who invaded, they are not native to the people of Nigeria, who invaded Nigeria from Guinea. And they continue to make sure they tweak their hegemony over and above Nigeria hegemony, over and above Yoruba hegemony, over and above Hausa hegemony, over and above Efik, Junkun hegemony. This is what we are saying. As long as there is this mentality of a group of people who say we are born to rule. For me,
but Mr. President did hold a national conference last year, and he endorsed it completely. A lot of Nigerians
that national conference do not represent the people. There's a conference, yes, it's useful. It was useful because people had opportunity to talk, but it was not sovereign. It had no power. It only have persuasive, advisory. No, what we want is an holistic national conference, a conference that the people will have the power to say, we don't want to be Nigeria. This is how we want Nigeria to be. We don't want a situation where somebody will arrogate to himself the power to decide the fate of other people. We want a Nigerian that recognizes that there are different nations, no matter how small they are, and they are accorded the same space in Nigeria.
You seem very passionate about Nigeria, and I find that very contradictory with you saying that you're not Nigerian. How do you balance that out, being so passionate and wanting all of these good things about this country?
No, if they say if you cannot beat them, you join them. How about not every one of us will join them? Look, what we're saying is about justice. It's about my identity as an Ijaw man. A lot of Nigerians talk nonsense on television. A Nigerian come on television and says, do not talk about ethnicity. So if I am no longer an Ijaw man, what do I become? I become a nobody. Don't talk about religion, politics. When you talk about democracy, it gives you a lot of choices. It is you to decide. Nobody is going to quarantine your decision.
Asari Dokubo speaking.
So, morally speaking, look at what Asari Dokubo said. That he is not a Nigerian. And if the students in his school should see him as a radical who is speaking against bad governance and intimidation or corruption, decided to build a school elsewhere where he can showcase the good thing he has that can benefit others. Suddenly, that same Asari Dokubo is now in Nigeria advocating for the government, brandishing AK-47 assault rifle. Where is the moral strength or authority?
Now let's look at this thing critically also. Now here is the school. Of course, he mentioned the names of the school, and then suddenly they said, who is our chancellor? And Asari Dokubo comes out, and they said, what are the stories or history of this our chancellor?
Exactly.
Or whatever, and then begin to analyze. He was a Greek oil what do we call him?
Oil tout.
Security officer.
Security officer securing the pipeline, his own property for his enemies. The same Nigeria, he said he's not a part of. He's securing the pipelines on their behalf. And he said he's an German and he's securing the pipeline on their behalf. Now, they begin to say all of this stuff. Now, how does this impact his students morally and intellectually also? Because we know that there's the head, exudes over the people he leads. And so if those people coming out from his school are going to be morally upright, intellectual, and how do we relate to his imbalance here? He said he's not a Nigerian, now he's now guarding his own property on behalf of brandishing AK-47 behalf of Nigeria. And so how do we now say that those who are coming out of that school are going to also be reasonable?
They all smoke. They smoke weed. They're crazy people.
Upright are going to be
crazy people. Crazy. And you know the funny thing? There are Igbos who have their children in that school right now. There are Igbos who have their children in that school right now.
Sure.
Plus, giving Asari Dokubo impetus, sure, both financially and boldness to speak all the trash that comes out of his mouth. I don't want to abuse him like I'm looking at him intellectually.
And these same Igbos, he told them just 2 days ago or so that his father sold their father, and yes, he's also ready to sell them, if not for the British. So exactly, you see that this. I think our people have a problem. I am listening as a problem of.
Yes, I think we have a problem.
People have gotten them.
We have a problem. Yeah. I think we have a problem.
Yours is that you're thinking you have a problem. I know we have problems.
And this problem is just basically selfishness and greed. They don't care as our people are guided or motivated by what benefits from this.
I want us to look at this. I want us to look at this now. Now we say our problems, greed and selfishness. Now we know that our people have gone through a process of Nigeria starving them, taking their resources and all of that, and it has actually formed or informed the behavior, the attitude and character of our people, of which we see all over the world today. But of course, I want to now link it, because I want us to speak on this now. I want to link it to, there was a particular story I gave the other time. I was looking at one particular chief in the 1880s who took, he had many wives in the former place called Calabar today. It was called Akwakpa then, in the 1880s, and today called Calabar. He was a chief, Akiri, and he took a little girl. Yes, he took a little girl, 7 years old, impregnated her. The girl is one of his wives, and she gave birth when she became 8 years, 4 months. And when that child of that little girl grew up, became 7 years, he took that girl also, impregnated her, and at 8 years, 8 months, that one also gave birth, his own daughter. Now, the people allowed him to rule. The people allowed his tenure to be completed. The people were, the people were hailing him, praising him, and all of that. Now, are we going to now say that this problem we are having right now is because of the situation we have found ourselves based on colonial programs, or based on the fact that we were deprived by through the program of that war and all of that, and the things were taken, and so that informed the greed and selfishness of the people?
It's a universal thing.
Come from the point, yeah, because I want us to look at where the source of this problem.
It's a universal thing. I want us to narrow down to our people without looking at that king's behavior, because what he did is universal. Let me give you an example. Let me just give you an example. The current president of North Korea has a bevy of girls that he chooses randomly from secondary schools or universities that are virgin and very pretty, that gratifies his sexual desire.
Sure.
And parents there don't say anything. It's a universal problem. Either they're intimidated by the man's presence, which that was this.
That is what I wanted. Now, that is why I said I want us to look at the people, not these people now, these men. This time
it's a universal problem. It's a universal problem. My concern is this. It's a universal problem. I want to look at it within the contemporary situation which we are in. Let us say, you are a black man, I'm a black man. And they are telling us that we were held captive into slavery. Yes. And you come to America. If you have that mentality in you, you will not work. You will always be blaming somebody and looking for reparations. But if you work very hard, you will rise above this situation in society and be able to take care of yourself and make some impact. What is happening in our land is a deliberate decision of our people not to embrace change. They are afraid to change. Otherwise, why are you
now? Let's look at it this way, because when we say it's a universal problem, now we are also going to try. We are trying to we're trying to avoid thinking deep how this problem came about. Because if it's a universal problem, definitely it started from somewhere.
I know where it started. I know where it started. I know where it started.
Yeah, yeah. If people can decide to embrace a particular problem or to, you know, relinquish it or to just discard it. Now, let's bring it to what we are doing right now. Simon does his criminality. The people hail him. We have some e-frogs here hailing him, praising him. He defrauds them. He steals their resources. He shows them a building and tells them that it has been bombed, to pay money to build it, to rebuild it. He tells them he has a house which he's going to inaugurate, and he has a logo. He's going to put the coat of arms and everything on the building, as he has said. And he gives them all of this stuff. He tells them 150 days, I'm going to give you this stuff. He keeps telling them things, and they keep believing and praising him. What is the source of this problem? Is it inherent, or it was acquired? We have to look at this critically. That's why I gave the story of Chief Akiri and then narrowing it down to this time. The same thing was happening then. They hailed the people who are defrauding them, stealing from them. As Mazen Namdekan also that he said that isn't those who are killing them, who are destroying them. Why is it so? Now let's look at it.
And all of you, 200 million idiots, complete morons. You are there. You're looking sheepishly like a bunch of white. In fact, a hyena is better than all of you. Why do I even? Can you manage my makeup? If I want to interact, that is why I don't go to parties. I don't do anything because the way we reason is laughable. If I want to interact with true Africans, I go to wildlife safari park. At least if I see a zebra, a chimpanzee, those are our true Africans. We can mingle together. Maybe I can understand them better. Because at least if they see danger, they can run. All of you see danger and you keep embracing it. Keep embracing it. Look at Imo State. How many people in Imo State? Over 5 million. Somebody came forth in an election. They pushed him to number 1. Everybody is just like this. Even some bishops want to go and congratulate him. Some people said, hey, don't touch him. Oh. He's our man. Hey, let's move him forward. These are black people. Very backward. Useless. When they kill in America, you say, hey, it's racism. Racism. You are a fool. That's not like racism. They are killing you because of your natural stupidity. By nature, you are stupid as a black person. Do you have running water? Without maybe solar charger and generator, will you be watching me now? Are you not ashamed of yourselves? Are you not ashamed? But UNN has engineering department, electrical engineering, electrical and electricals, all are rubbish. Uniport has it. Uniben has it. Everywhere. Electrical and electrical engineering. Whatever that rubbish means, I don't know. No, electrical and electronics. But that is not right. The reason why they sent you to school to go and study electrical engineering is so that when you come out, there will be no more power shortage in the village. That's the reason why. So you don't know. Hey!
You know,
right.
God bless Nnamdi Kanu.
200 million idiots.
No, Kelechi, beyond 200 million. If you see Nnamdi Kanu, this is a universal problem. He's talking about the black man, that they are stupid. It's a universal problem. So I want us to solve our problems first, because if liberation of the black mind will start from Biafra, then we should do a rethink. And we are trying to educate our people into understanding this thing. The need for this national orientation and reorientation. This is a universal problem.
Have they identified, have they agreed that they're idiots?
Oh, no, let's discuss that.
Do you know what I like when the Mazi said that he better go and stay in the chimpanzee. Start all of it. At least they are his brother, they are his relatives.
Those are true Africans.
No, he said if they see danger, they will run away from it. You know, that was his comparison. Exactly. Because these people who call themselves human or beings who are not humans, they are just beings. These people see danger. They're like, listen, there was an example you gave, Kelechi. I laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. It makes sense. They have the brain of a fish. When you bring hook, put worm, the hook inside the worm. There are so many fishes in that pond. Put the hook. They will see one of their brother being caught by the hook, taken out and kept. You bring the same hook, they'll go there and take it. They have small brains. They see danger, they go to it. They can't run away. That is the brain of a fish. Fish brain. That is what we have among a lot of Biafrans who support Simon. They have the brains of fishes. Fish brain.
They're thinking over and over and over.
Because if you kill a lion's cub, the mother will be angry. When they see you next time, they'll fight you. And they'll run away from you. Sure. The same thing with dogs. If you go to the... But fishes are in the sea, they're not in the zoo. So when Nnamdi Kanu was saying, it was making comparison with the way we think. You see danger coming. You have seen what is happening in the zoo. How they are doing, as Abdul Kuba is doing, El-Rufai is talking, and yet you are still embracing it, and you are treating it with levity. No, don't mind him, he's a crazy fellow. We know what we are doing. Let's go. Father, we pray in Jesus' name that you change El-Rufai. If you don't let him die because he doesn't want to, that's stupidity. That's stupidity. Issa El-Buba was causing El-Rufai that he will die. I was asking him, is it on the basis of repentance, salvation? That is different. But if it is this oppression, and you're telling El-Rufai, if he does not change, he will die. The domination didn't start with El-Rufai. It has been there before he was born. Don't you know?
Is it not the same thing? One pastor, when he prayed last time, when El-Rufai said something like that, he prayed that he would die. El-Rufai is still alive.
He's still alive. So all these people like Issa El-Buba, somebody sent, there were 6 signatories to Nigeria in 1914. That after 100 years, they should revisit it and see what it existed. I want to package that in and send it to Issa El-Buba, those who are his friends. Let them send it to him. There were 6 signatories. There was no Iboman. So we were brought into this thing against our will. Then why are we still in it?
Instead of them, those pastors, those churches to say, we are tired, we need separation. They are still praying and saying, El-Rufai, if he did not change, he will die. And at the same thing,
now don't you notice that? Don't they even notice by history that most of these wicked people, they even live long?
Exactly. That isn't not what happened last year. Remember then the El-Rufai said something like, there's this one that they always
look at Obasanjo that came to OD. Look at Obasanjo that came to OD and killed our people because we have allowed.
God. And they are praying for El-Rufai. If he didn't change, he would die. And El-Rufai is still alive.
Wasn't it Apostle Suleiman that gave El-Rufai the date when he would die?
Yes.
You see. Let me say this. The actual root of all this problem is lack of the knowledge of true God. People think they believe in God, but they don't. Because you see, when you can't gain proper insight into this life unless you really know God. Not that you're not going to be a sinner. You will be a sinner because you will sin in thought, in word, and in deed, whether you like it or not. But there are things you would not do, like going to marry a 12-year-old, impregnate a 7-year-old. You're not going to go and start killing your fellow human being when you really know God. Okay? There are sins that you obviously, whether you like it or not, you're going to commit. After all, otherwise, why did Christ come? Now, but I believe that particularly with Biafrans, there are people God chose as their own, as his own. Yeah? Not that God hates other people, but God understands that in the world we live in, for people to see God for what God is, there must be a pilot scheme.
Yeah.
Because if God treated everybody equally, you wouldn't actually recognize God and his mercy and his promises and his covenant. So God actually makes a particular people special so that if you can understand it, you can mimic those people and God will treat you the same way. It doesn't matter where you come from.
Prince, I want to ask you this question. You know, in the book of Romans chapter 9, Paul said some, and of course, Paul was referring to what God said. He said, Jacob I love, Esau I hate. So are you now saying that there are people God don't hate?
No,
no. God
can
does not.
Can I venture? Can I just ask that question? Not as if he doesn't know the answer, but can I venture an answer?
Go ahead, Pastor. Go ahead. Answer from a pastor angle, and then I will bring my own.
God's program for the salvation of mankind definitely must start from a particular point. So he has to identify with it. That was in the salvation angle. Now, when Prince said that God chooses the people for himself, not because he hates others, the main reason is because the program of liberation of humanity, I'm not talking in terms of salvation. I am talking now in terms of what is on ground. Even though salvation could be attached to it, God must always start from a particular point. And that point which he starts in, he has to identify with that point, justify that point, and gives that point impetus. Therefore, if you have to look at it from the perspective, why did he start from that point? Then you question his authority as God, because he made you and I, and he knows us better than we know ourselves. So he has the prerogative to choose where he has to start from. He cannot start generally. Just like saving mankind, he started from one point, from a woman who was a virgin. She was not the only virgin in Israel then. Most girls in Israel, virginity is a norm, hoping that somehow they will be the mother of the Savior. But he narrowed it to one person, a girl, and then became, she conceived and had Jesus. Now, it was not the brothers of Jesus, even from the same womb. It was him alone that was chosen. So usually, when God said, Esau, I hated, Jacob, I loved, it was not hatred out of rejection and abhorring him. No, what he was saying is, I preferred Jacob to Esau, even though they come from the same womb, for this program which I want to do. Because before I formed you people in your mother's womb, I had known you. I had implanted in you what I wanted you to do. So it's God's choice to say, I can show mercy on whom I want to show mercy. I can choose whom I want to choose.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, the same thing you saw with Esau and Jacob was the same thing God did with Cain and Abel.
Exactly.
God didn't actually reject Cain's offering, but no. he preferred
that of Abel.
That of Abel's. But yes. Abel became jealous. Okay.
No, Cain became jealous.
Yeah, Cain became jealous. Now, let me show you also, Kelechi, because that question is a very good one. You see, and I'm happy you referred to Paul. What you have to ask yourself is, what did Christ say around these things? Because after all, it wasn't Paul that died for you and me. Even Paul acknowledged that. Now, the truth is this: God has always set a program, and that program will always have a pilot scheme so that people can see where God is leaning towards. The will God gave to man is universal, okay, to choose. And that's why Christ said, I have not come to condemn. I've not come to rule out. I've come, and Christ came to free all anyway, okay? That's why the example that Christ gave,
and Jacob, both Cain and Abel, Christ came to free all.
Christ came to say, and that's why Christ neutralized everything when he said, no more Jews, no more Gentile, no more man, no more woman, no more slave, and no more free, because Christ came to save all. That means it is only your will that will condemn you when you choose not to accept Christ. So these things were neutralized by Christ.
All right.
Now, I rest it there for
let me quote the scripture. Let me quote the scripture to you, Prince. The Bible says in John, it says that for God sent not his son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. He that believeth is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. And this is the condemnation, that light has come into the world, but men love darkness rather than light because these are evil. So it is your choice. If you don't choose, like we are in Biafra today, we are talking. Nnamdi Kanu has come up with an idea. He did not come with guns. He did not come with bullets. He did not come with catapult. He did not come with sticks or machetes. He came speaking the truth. And as he was speaking the truth, the whole system became upset because the truth was turning the system upside down. Yet he put the cards on the table. If you believe in what I've said, you shall be liberated from the bondages of the devil that has made you slaves into the system. If you don't believe, you're already condemned.
Now, I want to now make Biafrans understand, because I have a reason why I raised that, because it's going to lead us into this. And that's what it has led us into. Now, I want Biafrans to understand this, that the appointment of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is based on that narrowing of God's program to one particular point where it spreads from. For instance, when Israel was going to be formed, God chose Abraham and said, "This is through you. This thing is going to happen." And then from there was a spread. So when God chose Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the approach God uses is this: when He chooses you, if He's going to fulfill that mandate through you, you must be alive to fulfill that mandate. When God wants to take you off, He takes you off based on the fact that it's either you are falling off the track, or He takes you away, takes you out of the world, and gives the mantle to somebody else. For instance, in Moses, He gave the mantle. He took Moses away and gave the mantle to Joshua. But are now discarding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who have been in and given to his hands, who is supposed to, God has not rejected him. Because if they are going after, if these frogs, for instance, they are now saying to us that God has already usual way and has discarded Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and has chosen Simon. And of course, God cannot discard Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not gone out of the trap. And God cannot go out of that and choose.
Exactly.
He already has His anointing, whom He has function. Like what happened when the people were preparing Aaron, and God was already giving Moses a program, taking him through a process to come back to the people. The same way also God has taken Mazi Nnamdi Kanu through a process to come back to the people. But the people now made an error. They chose Aaron. And the same thing they are doing now. Some of them are going after Simon. Some of them are going through to Chikedozium and all of that. So these spiritual things are a law that Biafrans must understand, that if you are going after all these people, you are actually going against the program of God. And because you are going against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whom He has chosen to be the one, as long as He is not rejected yet. In the place of Saul, Saul was rejected. That was why.
I'll give you an example. I give you an example, Kelechi. I give you an example. Yeah. You are just, trying to explain to them. The simple truth is this. First of all, I agree with you that Nnamdi Kanu has not derailed. That's the first very important thing. So when you want to make a likely comparison, it is not Moses and Joshua. No, it is David and Absalom. Do you understand?
Yes, of course. David and Absalom.
Exactly.
As soon as David was still on track.
Exactly. David was still on track. Absalom stole the minds of the Jews to dethrone David from the office. And David abdicated the throne as he was ascending the hill. What's the name of that hill? He cried and said a psalm.
Yes.
He cried and said a psalm. So, but eventually, Absalom was hung himself, and David returned to the throne.
And by
because he didn't derail.
By spiritual law, once you embark on such kind of journey against God's anointed on a suicide mission.
Yes, definitely. At the early stage, you may succeed and succeed in getting some persons around you, but it will not last. It will not last. You are slated for destruction.
Sure.
You will hang on a tree. So what happened was Absalom, this is exactly the case. Absalom was David's son. Absalom was much loved by the Jews. He, by deceit, stole the hearts of the Israelites against David. And
Absalom
David
was also loved by David. Absalom was also loved by David.
By David. Yeah. And David saw him as a likely successor.
Sure.
Now,
but it went into his head.
It went into his head. That's the problem. And when it went, God did not destroy Absalom immediately. He allowed him carry out his nonsense agenda. The Bible says that God disappointed the devices of the wicked so that their hands will not be able to perform their enterprise. That's what he does. So when the time came to prove it, Absalom raised Ahithophel, who was David's counselor. And Ahithophel gave Absalom a counsel. But Hushai the Archite, I have preached this thing online before concerning Simon Eber and Onyendu. Hushai the Archite, who stayed with David, came back the way God wanted it to happen. He made a suggestion. And his suggestion, it was at Absalom's request that put aside whatever Ahithophel had. And David had prayed. God turned the counsel of Ahithophel to foolishness. Pastor Victor Adim is an Ahithophel in the life of Simon Eber, who is Absalom. And that is the reason why God will remove Simon Eber and Ahithophel will go and commit suicide as usual. Because if Adim does not repent, he will definitely commit suicide.
Very well. Now,
he's already suicidal. And Absalom himself committed suicide. He was hanged in a tree. And David returned back on the throne. Now, the appeal to the Biafrans was the same appeal given to David. Why haven't you gone to bring back the king? Why have you forgotten Nnamdi Kanu so soon in your heart? Oh, Biafrans, you did love him once, not without cause. What cause withhold you then to cry for him, mourn for him? What is withholding you mourning for Nnamdi Kanu? Oh, Biafrans, who became obedient? Oh, Biafrans who are following Simon Eber, you all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withhold you then to mourn for him? Oh, judgment, thou art fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reasons. They have lost their reason. Judgment has fled to brutish beasts. And it breaks my heart. It hurts me. When I look at what Nnamdi Kanu passed through, the preaching, the teaching, the education he gave Biafrans, put his life on the line, everything he had, and went and was incarcerated. And Biafrans turned their back so soon from him whom God appointed to lead them to liberation. We're facing Simon that concluded Nnamdi Kanu is dead. He shall not die.
So I want to bring this into it, especially for those who have made themselves Ephraim. There is a particular character that in this whole thing called Shimei, when he's
exactly. Shimei was a Benjamin.
He was
Shimei was a Benjamin.
That he started
cousin David
and all of that. Evidently, those who are working against Mazen and Kanu by enthroning Simon and boosting his morale are doing the job that Shimei did. And what happened to Shimei is that they should understand this. Whenever you come against God's anointed by enthroning and supporting the one who is going against that mandate of God upon somebody's life, you become also subject to the disaster that is going to come upon the person.
No, you first of all, you are against God who anointed him. Listen, the man of God in town is God in town, because under the law of agency, if I sent you, I went myself. When it says, blessed is he that comes in the name of the Lord, the reference was made to God. The blessed is Jesus that comes in the name of Jehovah. So when you do that, you rebel against God, and the consequences will come upon your head. That's the simple truth.
Sure. So those people who are busy promoting Simon, promoting the DOS members against Mazen and Kanu and helping prison and helping them to work against him, to keep him there continually in the detention. He's not going to be there for long. He's going to soon be out, but you are going to also bear the consequences of your action, just like Shimei got himself the consequences of his action. Along the line, Solomon gave him the death sentence.
Exactly.
That he faced judgment. So you are also going to face judgment. However it is, you're going to face judgment. So for every one of you out there, and all you can do is to betray Mazen and Kanu by supporting the huge betrayal and sponsored by Simon and his whole team.
It's a very huge betrayal, Kelechi. It's heartbreaking.
Yes.
The
Yes.
DOS disappointed Onyendu. When it came to Simon's own, he stole the minds of Biafrans.
Yes.
And passed Onyendu on to death sentence. So they have already left Onyendu. They have a standby replacement for Onyendu in the person of Simon, whom they love. So whatever Onyendu is passing through in detention, they don't care. He's dead. What we want is Biafra. Forget about him. It hurts. It breaks the heart. It pains me very, very deep in my soul. Whenever I think of it and I look at Simon, I see a demon, a wicked man who walked on Onyendu's pedestal to gain victory at Onyendu's expense. It's not going to work. It's never going to work
at all.
Unless
it's going to work. It's not possible.
God is no longer God.
And he's going to face it daily. He's going to get it very daily. Now we're going to be rounding off right now. We're going to be rounding the program. We have stayed almost 4 hours now. Of course, I know it just flowed. Anyways, Comrade Ken, your video. You have something to say in the next 2 minutes. Maybe you have something to say now, so we can round off and close for the day. 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kelechi. I came very late today, so I'm just congratulating you people, thanking the people for the good job you are doing and for all you people have done today. And I'm also saying big thanks to Biafrans that are here listening and also picking up things and understanding where we're coming from and where we are going. So all I have to tell Biafrans is come and be a part of this very struggle that Accountability and Transparency Group is bringing up, because this is where we say the truth and this is where we say it how it is. If you know there is anything we are doing or that we are saying that is not right, then come and join us and you correct it. Everybody can be on this program the way we are here today. You can be one of us. So come and join us and let's move this struggle forward. Come and join us and let's fight for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and restore Biafra. This is just what I have for now. Come and pay your own part. Your own part now. Come and pay your own price.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I actually wanted to play a particular video before it escaped my mind, before you even say it, before we do the rounding off, and all of that. So maybe you are still going to say something anyways, because I actually wanted to play this video before we do something. So I'm going to play this video and then it will inform our narrative as regards to what we're going to tell Biafrans in this in our closing remarks, especially for them to join the Accountability and Transparency Group to get this thing right and prepare the 100 men, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is going to be out between now and next month, who is the people he's going to come meet to work with. It's a prophecy. He's going to be out between now and next month. Say amen, Biafrans. Now I'm going to play this video and let it inform our closing remarks. So, Comrade Ken, please, you're going to do your closing remark again after this video. Let's go on.
You there, second desk, blue jacket. What is your name?
My name is Alexis.
Alexis, please leave my lecture room. I don't want to see you at one of my lectures ever again.
I don't understand.
I am not going to ask a second time. Thank you. Why are there laws? What are laws for? Anyone?
Social order.
To protect a person's personal rights.
So that you can rely on the government?
Justice? Thank you. Tell me, was I unfair to your classmate just now? Indeed I was. So, why didn't any of you protest? Why didn't any of you try and stop me? Why didn't you want to prevent this injustice? You see, what you have just learnt, you wouldn't have understood in 1,000 hours of lectures unless you lived it. You didn't say anything because you weren't affected yourself. And this attitude speaks against you and against life. You think it doesn't concern you, so it's none of your business. Well, I'm here to say, if you don't help bring about justice, then one day you too may experience injustice, and there will be nobody there to stand before you. Truth and justice lives through us all, and we must fight for it. Because in life and work, I mean, we often live next to each other, but not with each other. We console ourselves that the problems of others are nothing to do with us, none of our business. And we go home glad at night that we're spared, but it's about standing up for each other. Every day an injustice happens in business, sport, or on the tram. Relying on someone else to take care of it is not good enough. It is our duty to be there for others, to speak up for others when they cannot. I am here to teach you the power of your voice. I want you to learn critical thinking to empower you to stand up for what is right, even if it means going against what everyone else is doing. Let's begin.
So let's begin. Comrade Ken, let's begin.
Yeah, thank you very much. That video is a great video. I watch it often and often every day. You know, so Biafrans, you people have just watched this video again today. So what is your stand? Are you people ready to stand up, to reason with the accountability group? Are you people ready now to stand up, to fight for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Are you people ready now to stand up, to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and restore Biafra, or you still want to keep quiet? This is going to every Biafrans, not one person. The accountability group is standing for truth and justice. It doesn't mean that people are not speaking about Biafra. You just heard Asari Dokubo, he spoke about Biafra, but is he speaking with the line that he is fighting for justice? No. The DOS said they are underground. Are they working as if they are working for justice to prevail? Simon Ekpa have been deceiving our people. All he's doing, do you see any justice in it? No. So we all have to stand up now. We need justice for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the accountability group have come out, and we are transparent. Come and join, and let's fight for that justice for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because he must be released and we must restore Biafra. So Biafra, we are waiting for you people. Come and be a stakeholder in what we are doing. Thank you very much.
Great. Madam, if you please.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, my great Biafrans. Those fighting for freedom, you know, I understand that some of our people are thirsty for freedom. They are thirsty to be free. They want freedom now. You know, they jump out anybody they follow. I did the same, but I am telling you all that you know, some people are follow me, they don't follow what I say, and you all can witness it these days. That whatever they say they are going to do, none of them done. All promises, none fulfill. In the beginning, they said Umada is going to know whatever that is going on. You guys, we are giving the money based on that. But you can see that these people are all liars. Yeah, but follow me, they don't follow my words. So are you guys going to continue to be, be brainwashed by people that do not stand on their word? Are you guys going to continue for them to be brainwashing you that they will do, there is woto? I am telling you, there is nothing happening on ground. Are you guys going to continue because you want freedom? And so anybody that comes to you pretending to be is for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and he's speaking for and we can hear, we all can see the sweet tongue that they are coming with us, telling us all sweet things, and this is going to happen, this is going to happen. At the end, what is happening? Nothing. Are you guys going to continue to give your money into a people that is killing our people because they are doing that? Are you guys going to continue to be following these people that says they're promising you Biafra? As you can see, 150 days Biafra was not done. There was nothing like Biafra. Are you guys going to continue to follow somebody that says we are going to have there's going to be no election, instead I will turn to become a beast, and 150 days and after that election was held. So who are you following? Let me tell you, you have to follow your conscience. Do not follow somebody that promise and nothing fulfilled. As with that, you know that this person has nothing to offer you. Everything about what they do is fake. And I'm going to continue to say it. They are not truthful. They are not truthful. And so there's no point you following them. And these people are so wicked. I am telling you this because I have witnessed. I have never seen people that will say, I'm going to look into things, and they are not looking into nothing. So how can somebody say I'm a good guy? A good guy, we like, you come up all the time, you are praising yourself, you're a good guy. But a good guy is here to dupe us. A good guy is here to scam us. A good guy is here to do whatever that he wants to do, and he doesn't have our interest at heart. He doesn't have Mazi Nnamdi Kanu interest at heart. All they want to do is to destroy Mazi Nnamdi legacy. Is that what you want? Remember, you say you love him, you love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When he come out, will he be proud of you? Will he be proudly saying, yes, my people, they are all the thing I taught them this way. They make use of it. Make use of your brain. Don't follow somebody sheepishly. Don't be because you want freedom. And so for that, everybody that will come and say, we want freedom, and we'll follow. After all, there are people that are still following Wazirike. So I don't mind, because even if all of us say we don't follow Simon, there are still people that will follow Simon, because as it stands today, some people are still following Wazirike. God bless you. But use your brain. Don't let anybody deceive you any longer. God bless.
Thank you so much. Prince, I don't know if you're still here. We can hear your final words.
Thank you, Kelechi. That was a powerful video. That video, every ear must hear that video. That calls to mind my own situation. I think it's important Biafrans know that I've only met Mazi Nnamdi Kanu 3 times. 3 times. And they were all very brief. Nothing to do with becoming an IPOB member, because as far as I'm concerned, I was born an IPOB, so I don't need to be a member. And I know that I've sent money a few times for the struggle, but not that I was too committed, because I felt that those who were running it knew what they were doing. I didn't want to get involved. I had my own ideology about what I was going to do when Biafra came. Now, why I'm saying this is I want to relate it to that video Kelechi played, because it's very important. I've heard a few idiots, I must call them idiots, supporting Simon Ekpa, who claimed that I was sacked by Nnamdi Kanu. I was a member of IP. I don't know where I was a member, let alone being sacked. I couldn't remember. I couldn't understand. Now, but I wanted people to know that the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was one of those things that began to turn my mind, because I could see the injustice. I felt raped the day we heard that Nnamdi Kanu had. Everything about me as an Igbo man, as a Biafran, as a human being was stripped that day. Because look, fighting for this right now, I'm not actually fighting only for Nnamdi Kanu, I'm fighting for myself. I'm fighting for everybody that says they are human beings. Because anybody that allows this injustice is actually asking such injustice to happen to them, to happen to their family, to happen to everybody on this earth.
Correct.
You could see that video. That teacher knew that he succeeded because other students kept quiet and couldn't say, sorry, sir, what did she do? And if the man said, it's not your business, he said, well, you made it our business by saying it here. We've heard it, so, and she's asking you, so we need to know what she has done. That teacher would not, no matter how powerful he thinks he is, he would never be able to accomplish that, and he won't do it to another person.
Yes.
We allow these evils. When we keep quiet, we see injustice, we keep quiet. We are only inviting injustice to us. That's all. So please, 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 let that video prick our conscience. Prick our conscience dearly. For me, that triggered everything that happened to me in this Biafra struggle. And then suddenly, it's like I had this voice that said, look, you're advocating for humanity. If you can't advocate for Biafra, you're wasting your time, because Biafra is humanity. Thought to myself, look, it doesn't matter what happens now. I will advocate for Biafra until I go into my grave. I have to. There is nothing else to do in this world, because if I don't advocate for Biafra, it means I don't believe in humanity. And it means I'm advocating for evil Nigeria that is only here to destroy humanity. On that note, I thank you all.
So much great submission, great one for our people to listen. He that has an ear should hear. Pastor, please. You're muted.
Thank you so much. Justice. Justice is doing the right thing, insisting on the application of the right judgment. Justice, even if it does not affect you directly, it concerns another person. A king may be so much respected by his people, but the strength of a king is based on the fact that the people stand by him. That is why he's their king. And when he gives command, the people listen. Yet the king is a human being that might be visited by certain limitations. He might be sick on the bed, is the king. They will need a physician from the land to go treat him so that the king will be healed. And he joins his people again and comes to the throne and sits down and gives them instruction like their king, and they'll be happy. And so when that situation comes where the king is reduced to be seen as a mortal just like yourself, the question is, what do we do? Do we allow a usurper to take the place of the king and superimpose himself on us? Or do we go to bring back the king to come and sit on the throne because he's the king that we love? Nnamdi Kanu has paid a price. He's been incarcerated. Igbos, Biafrans, why don't we talk about going to bring back the king? That is to show our wisdom, our understanding. Thank you, baby. God bless you, Biafrans.
Thank you so much. That is just the right statement to close. Go bring back our king. And I want to appreciate also on behalf of the team here. I want to appreciate Ada Zion, our mama in the house, doing great job here. I want to appreciate Makiv Media. I want to appreciate Ego, of course, given to those people who have allowed themselves to be bought over by stupidity. You know, I want to thank Uzo Y. Thank you, Uzo Y. Thank you so much for your contributions. Thank you. Also thanking Jolly. There's one Jolly here who is misbehaving here. I know that by now your madness is cured and your stupidity has been taken away. But if it's not taken away, we're going to still keep preaching until your stupidity gets away. Canon View Media, thank you so much. Always doing the great job for the Biafra people. Thank you so much. Of course, Edith Nedu doing the great job. Thank you so much for your time, for everything. Thank you so much, everyone who is, sending the messages and, doing some stuff and all of that. May God bless you all. May you all see Biafra and you will see Biafra. You will meet with Mazen and Mbekano. I believe that we have the 100 men ready for Mazen and Mbekano as he comes out soon. I want to appreciate you all. If I didn't mention your name, please forgive me because the messages are much, so I can mention. I want to, on behalf of the team here, we say thank you all. We appreciate you all. And we say stay safe. And we see you again tomorrow as we continue in this narrative. Thank you so much, Pastor, for being here.
God bless you, Biafrans.
Madam Ifi, thank you so much. And thank you so much, Prince. Thank you so much, so much. Of course, Comrade Ken, thank you so much. Thank you so much also. We appreciate everyone and you all that are watching, subscribing to our channels, subscribing, also sending the messages on all social media platforms and letting the people get the truth. You shall know the truth and the truth will make you free. And of course, if the Son makes you free, you are free indeed. You are free indeed. Amen. So the truth is embedded in the Son and the Son is the signature of truth. So we must hold on to the Son because the Son is a representation of freedom. And that is why we are speaking freedom today. We are doing everything that has to do with freedom today. Thank you all. We appreciate you. God bless you. Very good. Thank you.
Please, Kelechi, please, before you go off, Kelechi, Pastor, Madam Ifi, please, can we just have a short brief meeting after this broadcast, please?
Okay. Thank you.
It's very, very important. It's very important.
Okay.
You call the meeting. We'll be there. Bless you.